On December 10th, 2021, Cruz Magwad's panic rose as he raced home after getting an ominous call. While fixing structures at Buayan Elementary, where his wife Lavella served as principal, he had received the alarming message at 2:58 p.m. Go home, don't panic, your house was ransacked. Arriving at 3:15 p.m., Cruz felt dread pooling in his stomach. His front gate was unlocked. A bloodied blanket and knife lay just outside the main door. Boy, he shouted desperately for his son as he entered through the back door. The scene inside their living room stopped him cold. There lay his athletic 16-year-old son Louis, hogtied and gagged. Just 4 steps away was his darling daughter Gwen. Though he had kissed her goodbye that morning before school, her once radiant face was now disfigured, covered in savage cuts. Cruz collapsed beside his battered children, both lifeless in pools of red spreading across the floor. Anguished sobs filled the empty house as he cradled their limp bodies, begging his son and daughter to open their eyes once more. But the merciless brutality told the truth beyond all doubt. His precious family was forever destroyed by a violent darkness descending upon their community. Yet one glimmer of hope emerged from this tragedy. There was a survivor. A 16-year-old orphan taken in by the Magwads months before had locked herself in her room during the savage attack. In the weeks following the savage stabbing of the talented Magwad teens, perplexed police struggled to stitch together clues about the merciless homicide. The case's lone eyewitness, the 16-year-old orphan girl taken in by the Magwads, claimed 3 mystery intruders invaded the home, sparing her life while viciously attacking Gwen and Louis. But locals buzzed with suspicion over the traumatized girl's inconsistent story. Many questioned why brutal killers would spare this witness, yet show no mercy towards Gwen and Louis's agony. In the hours after the horrific double murder, police combed the area for further evidence. They found broken bottles near the bodies and a blood-stained shirt outside the house, which seemed like it may have been worn by the attacker. Near an irrigation canal not far from the Magwad home, officers made a chilling discovery: a plastic bag containing a pair of bloodied pants and underwear. Investigators presume these clothes must have belonged to one of the brutal killers, drenched in the victim's blood during the attack. It seemed the assailants had desperately tried to wash out the crimson stains before ditching the soiled clothes after changing. While the Magwads painfully shopped for burial clothes to dress their slain son and daughter, the hunt for the truth continued. Many prayed the orphan's account could help track down the merciless murderers who ravaged this family and community. But an unsettling void lingered on whether her version of events truly explained the violent loss of 2 vibrant, innocent lives. As investigators dug into the orphan's past, they uncovered a hidden resentment beneath her shy exterior. Though taken in kindly by the Magwads months prior, she secretly seethed, feeling subordinate to their beloved biological children. The couple had welcomed the teen at their daughter Gwen's urging. Mrs. Magwad recalled it was Gwen's idea to take in the girl from their extended family back in July. She took care of her, treated her as a sister, provided anything she wanted, and we supported her. Yet over months in their home, the orphan girl's jealousy festered into venomous hatred while living in Gwen's shadow. She enjoyed the family's generosity, yet could not see past perceived grievances over status. This resentful rage simmered before finally boiling over on one horrific December day. Emerging unscathed as the lone witness, the orphan girl spun her distraught fictional tale about 3 mystery attackers on social media. In desperate Facebook posts seen by locals, she pleaded, "Help me, I don't want to die yet. I'm hiding in the room," deflecting any suspicion of her intimate involvement with the murders. Crocodile tears flowed while she played the victim, concealing her ruthless orchestration of events. With her threats now violently erased, she could enjoy the status as the tragic, blameless orphan. Or so she believed. Investigators dug deep into the weapons used to inflict such cruel brutality upon the Magwad teens. The hammer had belonged to Mr. Magwad himself, normally hidden away in the laundry room, its existence only known to the orphan girl and Gwen. Police theorized a household member could have easily accessed this blunt tool kept out of sight from visitors. The baseball bat used to viciously bash Lewis's skull had an even more chilling trail. Mr. Magwad revealed the bat had been kept in 16-year-old Lewis's bedroom on the second-level bed that Janice was using. When the orphan moved in months earlier, the athletic teen surrendered his room to their guest out of kindness. Even more chilling, Janice addressed her hosts as Mama and Papa for the very first time, suggesting a shift in relationship and motive. A shocking revelation showed the orphan, named Janice Sabile, had lied about being an orphan to the Magwads and all of Malong. Highly placed sources revealed she actually grew up in a large family with 3 other siblings spread across Mindanao. Records confirm that in 2020, Janice briefly reunited with her older sister in Davao City, where she spent one night before a boyfriend fetched her against family wishes. He transported the defiant teen to North Cotabato, where the Magwads fatefully took her in based on imagined tales of abandonment. From that point forward, Janice's siblings never saw her again, having no idea she was living under a new identity until the horrific Magwad murders shocked the region. Police investigations uncovered how methodically Janice had framed the day's events to point suspicion elsewhere. She had deliberately presented a scene as a completely random crime by outsiders. Even the orphan's hiding spot painted a picture of utter terror and powerlessness, which the police found in shambles. She emerged horrified, hair still wet from a bath, as crews desperately shouted her name. And the surprising part, the room she locked herself in was closest to where the slaughtered Gwen lay. Disturbingly, was Janice's own social media betrayal, as she couldn't resist bragging, cloaked in continued lies. While locked alone as attackers crushed her rival skulls nearby, she posted public Facebook cries for help, claiming armed robbers were attacking. Yet no dialed calls reached the authorities or the Magwads right before or after the posts. Although she sent a message to Mrs. Magwad, the orphan ignored all the calls she got on her phone. Investigators knew with certainty that this ruthless girl had composed phony hostage posts mere steps from where she sanctioned 2 friends' bloody, clobbering deaths. The Magwads reeled, learning the shy girl they had loved like family had viciously exploited their trust. By spinning outrageous lies, she had robbed them of 2 precious children, leaving the parents haunted with anguish and questions. How had they not detected such malice brewing underneath this teen's pleasing exterior? Were there clues they ignored about her simmering resentment towards their biological kids? Though blameless, this doubt compounded the torture of losing their son and daughter to such deception. After weeks of investigations unraveling her intricate deception, Janice finally cracked under questioning and confessed to the entire murderous plot. The teenage psychopath admitted to conspiring with another minor to eliminate her most envied rivals. As Janice unspooled her dark motives rooted in consuming jealousy, all illusions of innocence died. Mrs. Magwad in particular reeled in horror over lavishing motherly affection upon a devious girl so bitterly filled with hatred. For in Janice's eyes, beloved sister Gwen represented intolerable competition, stealing what she most coveted: adoration from parents, academic excellence, and public reputation beyond reproach. Both Janice and her conspire ultimately received maximum 30-year sentences for their sociopathic brutality against 2 wholesome youths who showed only kindness. As the Magwad parents painfully grieved 2 children so precious, they found small comfort in seeing justice served. While Malong still struggles to reconcile such senseless violence with pastoral innocence, the Magwads now tell Janice's chilling story as a cautionary tale of betrayal. Their courageous example provides the moral fiber for healing community wounds, not through retribution, but appeals to conscience, focused on protecting other daughters and sons. For in honor of their savagely stolen Gwen and Lewis, they will combat darkness with light, so no more families endure this town's true life orphan nightmare.